Here today in the Japanese heavy cruiser, Zao, in a carrier game. So we're playing ranked right now. I'm currently rank 5. So it's a bit of a struggle. It's pretty early in the season, so most of the rank 5 crowd are fairly good players. I would probably say that on average they're about my skill level, maybe some of them even quite a bit higher. So playing during this period can be a bit of a challenge. Some recognizable names here. Bunch of well-known clans, 07, RF, Cuter. Oh, ramming the Moskva here because I'm pressing tab, my bad. So I'm here in the Moskva, not using my clan battles build. Instead I'm opted for a manual AA build. As you've noticed, there's two carriers in this queue. One is a midway, one is a Haku. The Haku's against me, so I do have to be careful of the APTPs. I have my sector set, although it's kind of hard to use it right now because he's on the wrong side. He's actually on the weak sector, so I'm going to have to switch it over. He only committed to a couple torpedo bombers. He's doing what I like to do when I was playing my Haku in, shoot. Okay. Interesting. Alright, what did I do? There we go. Holy, turned off my interface for a second. Alright, that was a scary moment. So I'm going to switch my A sector back. So I'm going on the flank with the Zao because that's where the Zao belongs. The Haku's pretty scary. Full squadron commitment of torpedo bombers as far as I can tell. He's looking for our Z-52. He's playing on the flank. I have legendary module Zao, so only 17.5 range. I will pop defensive fire for a full squadron of torpedo bombers. Even if it doesn't kill anything, it'll reduce the amount of time it's spotting my Z-52, and I do need him to perform here. He is our solo GD, so it's worth committing resources to protecting him. He F'd out right away. Killed one plane. So with the plane speed nerf, they're actually slow enough that you pretty much don't get a second strike. Once someone pops defensive fire, as in the carrier is so far away, by the time he flies over to you, your defensive fire will time out even if you just let it run for the full duration. So I'm just going to flicker my AA off and on like that with my P key. Well, in this case, it's my V key, but that's because I've rebounded. With my P key, I'm flickering my AA on and off just to reset the cooldown. So I'm sticking here with my Moskva, which is both good and bad. We kind of need the Moskva to be at AB. He probably should have stuck closer, because now they get AB uncontested because they have no vision control, because both, well, the vision control is here, right? It's with me. My Z needs to smoke up here. Even if the AB dive bombers spot him, he'll get shot at, so there you have it. Full squadron commitment here again from the Hakuryu. I have my sector set. Looks like he's going for the Moskva, slightly easier target. So Moskva should respond by turning full broadside, basically to turn perpendicular to the bombers to present the smallest possible target. Moskva is fairly vulnerable to citadels though, so. My defensive fire looks like he's F'd out. So if he stuck around, I'd probably commit my defensive fire there. The Hakuryu dive bombers are her most potent weapon by far. And now we're closing in on range, so. Ranked is a battle of attrition. They've had a cap and we haven't had one for a bit. So it's gonna be a bit of a struggle. Have to play fairly carefully, but we are up a ship. They're flanking. Henry got too close, and my Yamato seems to have gotten a decent shot off on him. So now we're still down caps. We're up a ship now, so we have the tempo advantage. They have the long-term game advantage because they still do have caps ticking, but we have the tempo advantage. Now Hakuryu is coming in. Spot my Z, but more importantly, he's also going to spot me. So I need to get into cover, and I need to angle away already, because as I get spotted, there's some BBs here and there, like this guy over here. It's kind of hard to see because of the sunlight on this map, but that guy could potentially take a shot at me already. It's hard to say. Staying from, oh, yep, Yamato took a pot shot at me. Not quite angled enough, but fortunately he aimed a bit high. He only had a couple seconds to take the shot, so it's kind of understandable. So my carrier has spotted the gearing, but he's in cover from me. The Haku should spook him out. My battleships are able to take a shot. I'm gonna see if I can. Unfortunately, was not able to make my shot. I need spotting from the carrier aircraft again. Hopefully when he comes in for a second pass on the Burgoon, he might give me some vision. I'm looking. There we go. So I take my instant pop shot. Didn't have too much time to aim, but 5 shells, 2 caps, pretty good salvo on the gearing. So I'm gonna lurk now. I'm gonna screen my battleships. My Yamato complaining. Even though the Zed is actually doing his job, he's just going slowly because there's a fucking carrier on his ass, so Yamato's being a bit of an asshole. So I got detected there and I instantly start pinging. That means the gearing is in the open. I just need spotting. Okay, undetected. So I'm not sure where he went, but he's in some form of cover. Okay, well, that kind of makes it obvious. I'm gonna screen just ahead of it, and I'm gonna turn away because he probably torped me. Yeah. So fortunately for me, I started turning away. I'm gonna switch over to the guns to get a better viewpoint. Might still take a torpedo here, looks like. Not sure I'm skinny enough. Okay, I'm fortunate enough to escape unscathed. He's probably gonna go back towards the map center. I am gonna torp again just in case. Looks like he's inside though. So I'm gonna get back close in, make sure my sector's the right direction, turn my guns again. So Burgoyne is in range now. I want to set a fire. Why not? I'm giving away my location, which is a bit bad, but it's fine. We should focus him. Okay, I'm under leading at that distance. No one's looking at me, so these shots are fairly free. The only bad part is that I'm giving away information to the gearing, essentially. Okay, someone's looking at me now. Probably the gearing from the fact that it flickered on and then off. My Zed should have him here. But it's going to cost him quite a bit of hit points, so never mind, he missed. My Zed is retarded. Well, that's too bad, because now I need to... The Burgoyne got shot off. Okay. So I took an extra salvo there that I wasn't expecting to. Can I use my expert loader here on the Minotaur? Ah, oh, shit, someone else fired. Okay, I was going to use my expert loader to try and get him as he turned. I'm trying to anticipate the turn here. It's my 1 salvo. Let's see if my shells are fast enough. 2 citadels, not bad. As it turns out, if I'd kept AP loaded, I might have gotten a second shot off on the Minotaur. Speculatively switching to AP there, but I can see he's turning very, very far out. We should get the gearing here, but the problem now is the cap. So normally in a Zao, I would be stealthy enough to contest this cap. The problem is there's a carrier. We do need AP. So I have no choice but to commit, really. Carrier is temporarily focusing down my Burgoyne who's charging in. My Kremlin also recognizes that we need to make something happen. I'd feel a lot more comfortable doing this against a Haku if I still had my full health, but as you saw before the Burgoyne died, because the Zed didn't kill him, I took an extra salvo. Those are the Minotaurs timing out. I don't know if my Kremlin can contest the cap from there. Getting close to a Minotaur is pretty unfavorable for me. Typically, it's a matchup you want to play from range. Trying to think about what will happen if I need to round the corner, which way my guns should be turned, essentially. I think this is the correct way. Okay, we're contesting the capture now. The key is to contest B. If he doesn't contest B, we're going to have a problem. I can't contest B from the cap edge safely here. Can't really slide into the center either. I'm gonna switch my guns now. Montana's kind of dangerously close. So I have 9-7 detection. I can get briefly spotted here, which is a problem. Unless I don't. Okay, no, I got briefly spotted. But we got a kill, which is good. I'm gonna keep on the flank. I'm gonna look for one salvo onto the minnow. So he's gonna turn. And there was able to punish with one citadel. Gonna force him to turn away. But now I need to turn away. This is a pretty bad engagement for me. As you can see, even slight wiggling with the Zao. Oh god. My sector might not switch in time, unfortunately. I'm gonna pop defensive early. Anticipate the turn. I'm gonna force him to fire. I'm gonna turn hard in. I'll give broadside to the Minotaur, it's fine. Switch my sector as he's crossing over me, hoping to escape more than one citadel. 10,000 would be pretty generous here. Zao. Okay, I was able to dodge. Need to track the planes. Alright. So I was successfully able to defend myself. Just kill the Montana. Resector. Flicker my AA. Save 2 seconds. 2 seconds still might save my life. I know there's a low HP Minotaur there. Gonna try and use my legendary module to spot. Not quite. Versus rocket planes, you want to go perpendicular. Turn in, maybe slow down. Looks like they're on target, unfortunately. No fire, at least. But I am vulnerable now. Gonna get my heal off. So there's that at least, but you can see even with Manual A, the Zao A is insufficient. Dumbass Yamato questioning why I need to make turns. Like, I'd made a hard turn and ended up in a corner where I couldn't really make a sharp turn to dodge the AP dive bombers. So I ended up locked in a pretty awkward position. But now I can regroup with my Yamato as he requested. And hopefully stay safe. This game is won though. We meant the Kreml charging through the cap and being very resistant to AP damage did manage to win the game, and their Minnow rather wasn't able to do very much from the looks of it. Minnow is pretty good as a capping scout, but it kind of suffers in that it doesn't do that much damage. Bit of a problem with the Minotaur, really. Gonna pop my spotter plane, see if I can do something. So I haven't been using my spotter too much, but this is a fairly small map. Oh, what the heck is this? Okay, I did not notice him sneaking up on me there, but I'm gonna take damage now. I have my damage control, fortunately, but ouch, you punk. So I'm gonna aim right for the conning tower because the Haku's covered in 50mm plate. This is something I can do with the accuracy provided by Legendary Module, and you see that? So everything over here, that's all armored deck I can't hit, but this conning tower is unarmored. I can hit that, and I can hit the side too if I really wanted to. But I'm just going for conning tower to demonstrate a nice, easy to see target there with the legendary mods. So legendary mods Zao is extremely accurate, so you're able to do stuff like that. And there you have it. Nice quick win. Back to 5 and 1 star. If you look at team score, didn't do very much, but I did manage to kill 12 pains. The Yami had a pretty decent game, blah blah blah. But yeah, you saw there. So the Zao is a flanking ship, but when you play with a carrier, the carrier mitigates a lot of your ability to kind of get onto a flank because you play for yourself. So I had to hang back in the back for quite a bit there. And then eventually we had a forced play where we kind of needed to shove in. My Kremlin, fortunately, this guy over here, recognized that something needed to happen. We were kind of down on tempo because we lost a ship. The Zed also made a mistake there. And when he went in and didn't kill the Burgoan got to slam me with an extra 25,000 damage salvo, which was really, really bad for me. It almost cost me my life. But yeah, playing a stealth ship like the Zao can be somewhat difficult in the stealth meta, or in the carrier ranked meta, but if a little management is not too bad, I think I might continue to try a little Zao later. I don't think it's the greatest ship. I believe if you're an experienced Des Moines player or even Salem player or Worcester player, those are probably better picks. But I myself have a lot of experience on the Zao. I know her strengths and weaknesses kind of in and out. I kind of know what she can and can't do because she's my first tier 10, right? So I just have a ton of games in her, both in Clan Wars and in randoms. A little bit in ranked as well, although usually I don't prefer her that much for ranked, but she is decently good at saving her stars, so decent pick. I'm not sure if I want to keep running my spotter plane. I could switch it up for a fighter and I'll have more AA uptime and it'll make me less vulnerable to the carrier, but 17.5 range is kind of on the edge of usability for a long range flanking ship like the Zao. So right now I'm using my AA captain. So on Zao I take last stand, just in case someone breaks your engine or rudder, you can still kind of maneuver without being dead in the water, without using their damage control, and I'm taking AA. Expert marksman, expert loader, of course you saw me there switch to AP and AP from my HE a couple of times, and that's pretty important, so I think this is a pretty key skill. Getting the reload down to 5.5 seconds when you switch is a pretty big deal. Adrenaline Rush, Superintendent just for the expert heal charge, Manual AA, and of course Concealment. The other build I sometimes use, this is my Clan Wars build, there's currently no carriers, but I'm using the Yamamoto Captain, so that's just special perks on Preventative Maintenance and Expert Marksman. So again, I take Priority Target and Expert Loader, the two mandatory skills, then Expert Marksman and Adrenaline Rush, again last stand. Here I take Survivability Expert. The Zao has only 40,000 health, so it actually gives a nice 9 to 8% boost. I pretty much would not take this on any other cruiser because all the other cruisers have higher health pools, so the percentage increase is much less. Superintendent for the extra heal and concealment. So this is a very maximum health possible. The extra 3.5 KHB basically lets you trade with other cruisers a little better. So if you do find yourself scrapping with a lot of cruisers on the flank, let's say you bump into a Henry, for example, the extra 3.5k health can become relevant, and the last stand obviously is relevant. And a preventive maintenance keeps your torpedo tubes and main turrets from breaking. But for the current ranked meta, which does have carriers, I have opted to use this Manual AA Captain, which I frequently run on my Azuma. Not because the Azuma's A is good, but because it pushes her A from very, very mediocre to at least can push away some planes if she wants to. But yeah, that'll be it for now. Nice quick win. Hope you enjoyed.